Next Saturday night on London Weekend Television, join us for an hour of the music of Tina Turner, recorded live in concert at the Apollo. Next Saturday at 12:30. Now, our final programme, Night Thoughts, with the Reverend Dr. James Bentley.
Much of the impact of the Oberammergau Passion Play derives from its realism. The costumes of Jesus, his disciples, the Virgin Mary, Pontius Pilate and so on, indicate an enormous care for historical accuracy, even to the extent of getting material from the Middle East. Even more awe-inspiring to me was to see the Crown of Thorns. When I was writing a book about the Passion Play, I went backstage and saw this frightful creation, a symbol of how people in the past cruelly tortured their fellow human beings, and I shuddered. During a performance, seeing the Crown of Thorns rammed onto Jesus' head makes Christ's crucifixion suddenly real and horrifying. But there is one point in the play when the performance becomes quite unreal. And this is at the very end, when the actors try to depict the resurrection of Jesus. Now, nobody actually saw Jesus rise from the dead. After his sufferings and death, his disciples became convinced that he was alive. They describe an empty tomb. They do not describe a man coming back to life. At Oberammergau, the resurrection is a kind of tableau. The actors don't move. There is Jesus, radiant in white, that is all. And to me, it doesn't mean much. Nor am I really surprised, because belief in the resurrection depends on faith, not proof. The resurrection proclaims that if we are willing to suffer for others, as Jesus did, God will raise us out of that suffering to a new life. Is it really true? It may be that behaving totally selfishly is what brings happiness on earth. To believe otherwise is a real act of faith.
Now, the weather forecast for the London Weekend Television area. Sunday will be another dry day, and after a dull start, it should brighten up, and there'll be some sunshine. Temperatures will be similar to Saturday's, reaching 14 degrees centigrade, 57 Fahrenheit. Winds will be moderate, northeasterly. But there's nothing moderate about Sunday entertainment on London Weekend. Looking at the latter end of the day, at 4 o'clock, an evil baron turns Sir Terry into a dog. It doesn't say what breed. Fortunately, this all happens in the Smurfs. At 4:30, a change of programme. We're now showing an episode of Just William, as a tribute to Diana Dawes. Bullseye is at 5, and half an hour later, Survival Special focuses on an incredibly acrobatic eagle. Harry Seacombe's Highway takes him to the beautiful Dorset town of Wimborne Minster. That's at 6:45. At 7:15, we're all invited to a knees-up. Things are a bit uncertain at 7:45 in a new series called Surprise, Surprise. One thing I do know is that you can take part in a phone-in game. At 9, Marja slips deeper into a life of vice and crime in part 2 of 79 Park Avenue. At 10:30, the South Bank Show explores the world of Evan Hunter, who shocked America in the 50s with the Blackboard Jungle. Now he can be found on the 87th Precinct using the pseudonym Ed McBain. And we stay on the west side of the Atlantic at just after 11:30 for a report on young marriage in the American documentary. Programmes for Sunday. TVAM will start the day at 7:25 and we begin at 9:25. But if you'd like to carry on for a few more hours, London's independent local radio stations, LBC and Capital, will be on the air throughout the night. But now, from me, Peter Lewis, on behalf of our South Bank team, have a refreshing night and a good Sunday. The time has just passed 3 minutes past 2.